Hi Dana, we are here in Queensferry House in the lab. We have our very first installs for Daytona this week. We have a device which we're just going to run through a simulation of going to the site. The field service engineer has installed the device. They've linked it up to V2 Vantage, and we just want to walk through the key pointers for training site staff on Daytona.
Okay, so when you first turn on the system, your little indicator LED is going to start purple while it's running through its checks. That takes about 3 minutes. When it's ready to capture, it will go green. That will also bring up your login screen. Prior to that, you'll just have a logo here. When you go to log in, you have the option of choosing from users that are already here in the little cards, which you can scroll through, or you can type in to start entering a user. If you've chosen one and you want to go back, you can just back out by hitting the backspace button. That'll bring up your options. So do you want to log in?
I can log in. So if I just log in as Dana.
Okay.
And password is Daytona. I just press enter.
No, you want to press log in.
Log in.
Here. Okay, so this brings you to the patient information screen. Here you have the option to enter a new patient, or you can actually search for patients that have already been entered. And you can search by their name, their date of birth, their ID, or a combination of those features.
Okay.
So this is a new system, so let's enter a new patient by choosing the Add a Patient button.
Okay, but just before we do that, I notice actually there's a variety of eyepieces for the device, and there's also a dust cover.
Sure, absolutely. This helps with reducing lid and lash, and the dust cover stays in place until you're about to capture the image, and as you're warming up, it will move that out of place.
Okay, so let's add a patient. So just press here.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so now you have some options here. These fields are the typical fields that you enter for a patient. The fields in red are mandatory, so you actually can't go into capture until those are filled. So if you want to just touch the field that you want to enter.
Okay.
And you can also hit the tab button to tab through these fields if you don't want to individually choose them. Okay, so once you've entered everything, you choose the capture button up in the upper right hand corner. So now your system's going to run up, and in the meantime, the dust cover will actually move out of place.
Okay.
This is a good time to explain to your patient how you want them positioned. So the system is designed ergonomically so that they're actually leaning down into the system. They can put their hands on the handholds to the side, and they basically want to come in brow first, above the hole there.
Eyepiece.
And if while you're imaging you have issues with lid and lash, you can actually swap out those eyepieces.
Okay, and I noticed that on the screen you actually have some coordinate
Sure,
pointers.
this information is letting you know as far as X, Y, and Z where you are in relation to the virtual point, so that can help you adjust the patient in further if you need to.
Okay, and I think one of the good pointers is always to ask the patients to open their eyes nice and wide.
Absolutely. This system, especially with a smaller eyepiece, you can't open your eye as wide while you're in there, so you want to open wide before you get in.
Okay, so we ask them to hold on to the sides.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
So
what we can do is simulate going in too close or being too far back.
Sure. So what's changed on the system is now the LED changes color based on patient positioning. So as she moves into place, you've got your limbo rings to align her. You don't want to touch the patients as much with this system. You want to guide them in verbally. So now she sees blue, which is too far out. Now she's in a little bit close, which is red, but when she goes into the green area, that's the perfect area to image. So when she's green, hold it right there, open nice and wide. Back out a little bit. Nice and wide. Okay? So what your screen now shows you is the full wide field image, a zoom in to the center of the image, your camera capture screen, and it also gives you an idea of whether you were too far in or too far out. You choose which eye you've imaged after the fact, and you have the option to keep or discard that image. If you discard, it actually does delete it right there, so you want to make sure that you know what you're doing before you hit discard. So keep will bring you back out to the capture screen. If you've accidentally chosen the wrong eye or you want to look at that image again, you can click on the thumbnail and it'll bring you right back into the screen. or you can choose switch eyes right here with that button.
Okay.
So keep will bring you back out. You can choose Optimap or Optimap Plus by choosing the little drop downs here, and the same for autofluorescence. If you choose that, it will go into.
Let's do an autofluorescence.
So we've got the capture screen up now. Looks the same as before. She's going to see blue, then green, then red. When she's in the green, hold it nice and wide. And you click on the screen to capture the image, as with before. And then you've got the same thing with your autofluorescence images. So you can choose the eye and then keep. When you're done, you choose Finished Patient. That will save the images. That indicates that they've moved over to the server. Anytime before that, the images won't save, and you'll notice your dust cover came back into place. So if while you're imaging you want to swap out the eyepieces, you just push back on the dust cover and pull out the eyepiece, and then you can push the new one in.
Okay, thanks Dana.